Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be a complete step-by-step guide on how to buy and sell NFTs. So make sure you watch all the way through, as you will learn everything you need to know about NFTs and how you can start making money today. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So this slide shows what we are going to cover in this course. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what does it mean to be fungible, as well as what does it mean to be non-fungible. Then we'll go into what NFTs are, how they actually work, and also why they can cost so much money. Then we're gonna dive into the wealth potential of NFTs and how you can actually make profit by investing in them. We'll then cover a brief history of NFTs, how you can start making money with them, and then we'll dive into how you can sell art as NFTs. I'll actually be taking you guys through some of these marketplaces and showing you how to use them. So I will show you guys how to upload your own artwork, as well as how you can turn that into an NFT. Then we'll talk about the vast world of NFT collectibles, so basically NFTs in sports as well as in virtual worlds. And then we'll be talking about the actionable steps you can take right now so that you can start making money in the world of NFTs. Okay, so first things first, what does it mean to be non-fungible? The word fungible only applies to a group of items, so one single thing cannot be fungible. And basically a group of items is fungible if every member of this group is identical in some way. If every member of this group is identical, then members can be traded easily and without any issue. So I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but some things that are examples of fungible things are fiat money, so like the US dollar, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more. For example, if you guys take a look at the picture on the right, you can see that grade 2 corn is fungible with grade 2 corn, right? So these two things can be traded without any issue because they are exactly the same thing. Money is also fungible, so if you have a $10 bill and you have two $5 bills, those things are also fungible. So now, what does it actually mean to be non-fungible? So a group of items is considered non-fungible if every member of this group is unique. I know it's a little bit confusing, but let's go through some examples of things that are non-fungible. So on that first picture you see, on one side we have a picture of one particular cat, and on the other side we have another picture of another cat. These two are non-fungible because they are not the same. So on the second row we have a front row ticket to a movie theater, let's say, and a back row ticket to a movie theater. These are non-fungible because they cannot be traded, because a front row ticket is obviously, probably more valuable than a back row ticket. And the third row shows two homes, both being not the same, so those are non-fungible. So yeah, basically if two things are not exactly the same, then they are not going to be fungible. Now let's talk about what NFTs are. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. And basically with that, we can expect NFTs to refer to items that are completely unique. And NFT is nothing more than a unit of data that is recorded on a blockchain. Basically, this blockchain is going to verify the uniqueness and authenticity of the unit of data. And this unit of data can be anything from, let's say, a photo to a video clip to an audio clip, and there's so much more things that it can be. Now, mainstream, I know that most of you guys are going to just think of NFTs as really expensive art. And you wouldn't be wrong, right? Because that is a type of NFT. But I will say that there is so much more to NFTs than just that digital virtual art world. Now that we know what fungible and non-fungible mean, as well as what NFTs are, let's get into how NFTs work. There are two main qualities of NFTs to think about: provable uniqueness as well as provable ownership. So what do these qualities actually mean? Provable uniqueness likely answers a question that you've already been having regarding NFTs, and that is, can't digital art be duplicated or copied and pasted really easily? So the short answer to this is yes, you can just duplicate and copy these pictures, right? But the difference is when you mint and exchange digital art that's registered on a blockchain, then that blockchain actually knows that the art is original and authentic. So that's basically how you prove it. The blockchain makes digital art fraud proof because every creation or transaction is monitored and confirmed by a network of computers. So in other words, provable uniqueness is the beneficial result of blockchain technology that allows people to mint and exchange NFTs. Now let's talk about provable ownership, right? So this is another beneficial result of this blockchain technology. Anytime an NFT is transferred or exchanged to another user, that transaction is recorded on the blockchain. So it is completely public for anyone to see. This means that the owner of an NFT can be formally verified because it has been recorded and it is available for everyone. This means that the blockchain not only knows the current owner of an NFT, it also knows all the previous owners of the NFT as well. So yeah, essentially we are able to track the owners through the blockchain, and that's what really makes NFTs so special. So if you guys have been following the media lately, you know that NFTs can get extremely expensive. So of course, we're all wondering, how can NFTs cost this much? Of course, we know that demand is what always drives the price of something, but what actually drives that demand? We're gonna go over some things that make some NFTs worth a lot more than other NFTs. First is, what is the story behind this NFT, right? The crazier the story, the crazier the price. This is a pretty simple concept that is actually applicable to things like YouTube as well. Usually the crazier the thumbnail or title of a YouTube video, the more views that it can get. And for example, like, who wouldn't want to own an NFT that was, let's say, originally a Photoshop artwork design specifically by the Queen of England? Another thing we need to consider is the context behind this NFT, right? The crazier the context, the crazier the price as well. We also need to think about who made this NFT. This is really simple because people want to own NFTs that are designed by famous people. So for example, you guys, Snoop Dogg, he actually minted an NFT collection called A Journey with the Dog, and that made over $100,000 on one of the items in that collection. If I personally went out and made the exact same NFT collection, it would sell not nearly for that much money. And that's because Snoop Dogg is much, much more famous than I am. We also need to consider when that NFT was made. For example, wouldn't it be really cool to own an archived audio clip from the First World War, or something that happened a long time ago that became part of history? Generally speaking, the older the NFT, the better. But you know, there are certain times where new NFTs can be worth way more than old NFTs as well. And that's just going to be a combination of all these different factors. So yeah, basically there are a lot of factors that can affect the price of an NFT, because all these different things are going to affect the demand of the NFT, and that's what really is going to drive up the price. Okay, so we've been talking about reasons why NFTs can reach really crazy prices, but just how crazy can these prices be? The most expensive NFT ever sold as of today was sold at Christie's, an auction house that held its first ever digital art auction. That NFT was called The First 5,000 Days, and it was painted by artist Michael Winkelmann, who is known professionally as Beeple, and that sold for a whopping $69 million. You guys can take a look at the NFT on the right. And yeah, just for some context or story, basically this work is a collage of art that Beeple had been producing for every single day since May of 2007. So yeah, from May of 2007, this guy Beeple, he created a single piece of artwork every day until February of 2021. And that's 14 years worth of artwork, which includes 5,000 digital images. That, you guys, is a really crazy story, really crazy context. Obviously a lot of effort put into it, so that's really what was able to drive up the price. Now, I don't want you guys to expect to make $69 million from one of your first art pieces anytime soon, but this example just shows how crazy NFTs can get in terms of price. So if you're looking into NFTs, you obviously are looking to invest your money, but NFTs are quite volatile and risky to trade with. So it's important to diversify your investments with some safer bets. That brings me to Wealthfront, an amazing robo-advisor platform that allows you to invest in ETFs and get exposure to crypto passively. And I personally use it myself. Wealthfront is the only solution that offers a way to get exposure to Bitcoin and Ethereum as part of a diversified investment portfolio that also offers automatic rebalancing. Wealthfront is making this possible through Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and Grayscale Ethereum Trust. So essentially, when you use Wealthfront, they'll help you invest in crypto without buying it directly, so that you can get into it with less money and without exposing yourself to too much risk. And beyond exposure to crypto, they also have hundreds of ETFs to choose from that have been vetted by their experts. So you can build your own portfolio with everything from tech to clean energy to the S&P 500, helping you to build long-term wealth through investing. It's also a super easy to use app and platform, and their software is extremely great at building you a diversified portfolio based on your risk tolerance. Plus, they handle all the rebalancing and tax loss harvesting. Right now, you can get your first $5,000 managed for free with my link in the description. And after that, it's just a super low 0.25% annual management fee. Use the link below to check it out. All right, so now that we have an idea of what NFTs are, how they work, and how crazy they can get in terms of price, let's take a brief trip through the lifespan of NFTs, which is still ongoing, by the way. Basically, there are 3 generations or capabilities of NFTs that we should discuss. First is NFT 1.0, second is NFT 2.0, and third is NFT 3.0. NFT 1.0 just basically describes the generation of NFTs that includes digital art on the blockchain that could be admired and traded. So this includes things like CryptoPunks, you can see them on the right, CryptoKitties, and many others. So basically, this generation just describes what we know NFTs to be right now. Digital art that can be collected and traded. But with time, though, things naturally evolve. And then that takes us to NFT 2.0. NFT 2.0 includes digital art that's acquired traits, functions, and utilities. So there are NFTs, for example, that can help you acquire loans, while others can get you discounts on blockchain-related products or services. An example of NFT 2.0 would be something like NFTY jigs. These are basically objects that can be programmed to do anything. For example, they can be used as building blocks to create games. I know a little bit difficult to understand, but this is a brand new thing, and I myself am still having trouble wrapping my head around it. Then we have NFT 3.0, right? This basically includes digital art that have authoritative functions like ownership. But I know that sounds really complicated. What does that actually mean? It means that NFTs can interact with each other. They can emit actions, send NFTs, own other NFTs, and more. For example, a video game character that is an NFT can now own a sword within the video game that is also an NFT. And what's cooler is that because that NFT video game character now owns that NFT sword, that NFT sword can enhance that NFT video game character. So an example of an NFT 3.0 project is RMRK, which runs its own unique ICOs or initial collectible offerings. And these ICOs, they carry dynamic NFTs or NFTs that are programmed to change over time. So yeah, looking at this, I know it's really complicated, like I said, but it's just really crazy how far NFTs have come. Okay, so now let's get into the section of how you can actually make money with NFTs. So there are two main ways that you can actually make money with NFTs. The first is actually selling your own artwork, and the second is just collecting NFTs, so buying and selling things for a profit. Let's first talk about selling your own art as an NFT. So another way to look at an NFT is that it's a smart contract that states that this digital art is the original. In other words, an NFT refers to both the digital artwork and the blockchain contract stating that you created the piece and that it's original. So basically, whenever you sell the digital original piece, it will be registered on the blockchain, and you as the creator can access the entire transaction history of the NFT and see how your artwork moves through the secondary market. So a really powerful thing about the crypto world is that with your digital artwork, you can actually establish a fee, and that's typically going to be between, let's say, 5 to 10% that you get each time someone resells your artwork. In other words, someone can resell your work for, let's say, $1 million, and then you will make up to, let's say, $10,000 on that sale if you set your fee as 10%. This is possible even if you originally, let's say, sold your artwork for 50 cents. As more and more people buy and resell your artwork, you can actually make sort of passive income from that. Now, this ownership fee is much harder to execute with like actual artwork that is physical, but you can see why it'd be very easy to enforce with digital artwork because of the blockchain technology. I really do like this because it allows creators and artists to not really worry so much about the money and how much they originally sell artwork for, and just focus more on being creative and creating the best type of artwork they can. And plus, I love passive income, and having the ability to establish this type of fee when people buy and resell your artwork is pretty amazing. Now, we've been talking about selling digital art as NFTs, but the reality is that you can sell anything as an NFT. As long as the thing you're talking about can be digitized, which includes the vast majority of things in our life, then it can be sold as an NFT. For example, Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, sold a tweet he wrote, so it's shown right here above me, which was the first tweet ever, and it sold for $2.9 million. And then Elon Musk, he almost auctioned a song he made about NFTs as an NFT. So you can really imagine, based on it being Elon Musk having created the NFT, it'd probably sell for a lot of money. So now let's talk about how to mint an NFT, which basically means to produce and sell. These are just the steps, but later on I'm going to actually walk you through creating my own NFT and putting it on the marketplace. So the first step is to download MetaMask, which is a Chrome extension that acts as an all-in-one virtual wallet and e-signature. The second step is you're going to want to create a wallet on MetaMask. And after that, you're going to send Ethereum to that wallet. Now, if you don't have Ethereum yet, you can actually use the link below to buy Ethereum with your credit card on Coinbase. But there are many other exchanges that you can do the same thing with, so you guys are free to pick. And after that, you are now ready to mint and buy NFTs on any of the NFT marketplaces on the following slide. So the biggest NFT marketplaces are going to be OpenSea, Rarible, and Foundation. Let's first talk about OpenSea, which is probably the one that most people know of. This is the biggest of those three marketplaces, and it's entirely open and democratic. There's no verification necessary, meaning that anyone can create an account and get started. And if you guys take a look at the platform, you can see that there is a massive selection of art and collectibles right now. There's no coding needed, which makes it even easier for anyone to get started, and there is a one-time gas payment between $50 to $100 to auction your NFTs. The second marketplace is Rarible, and like OpenSea, it's entirely open and democratic, and you do have to pay for each artwork that you mint. It's a very powerful platform, however, because there is much less traffic and not as many collectibles on there. Rarible is mostly used to mint individual pieces, and because it's not as congested as OpenSea, exposing your work to other viewers is probably much easier. And the third platform we're talking about is Foundation, and it's probably the most difficult to access because you actually need a certain number of community upvotes to mint an artwork, or you can acquire a direct invitation from another artist on the platform to become a minter or seller. With Foundation, there's also a higher gas cost for minting an NFT, and because of its exclusivity, Foundation houses better quality art for higher prices. So now I'm going to take you guys through a screen share of me actually setting up my MetaMask account, creating a wallet, transferring money from Coinbase over to that wallet, and then using that Ethereum on OpenSea. So I'm here in the Chrome web store, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search up MetaMask. So here, this is it. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to add it to Chrome. It's going to ask you if you actually want to confirm adding MetaMask, and I'm going to click Add Extension. Cool, so now that it has installed, I'm going to go click here, Get Started, and I don't have a wallet yet, so I'm going to click here on Create a Wallet. Here, it's going to ask you if you want to help improve MetaMask. I'm just going to click No Thanks, and it's going to have me create a password, so I'm going to create that right now. After that, I'll select this, and I'll click Create. Now it's going to ask you to secure your wallet and have you watch this video, so I'll let you guys do that, but I will skip that for now. And it's going to give you a secret backup phrase. So this is the phrase that is going to make it possible for you to back up or restore your account. And it's very important that you don't lose this, so you guys can, click here to reveal those words and then write it down and put it somewhere safe, or you can just do this later. So I'm going to click Remind Me Later. All right, cool. So now I'm in my MetaMask account in my wallet, and you can see that right now I have 0 ETH in it because I have not yet sent money to it. So in MetaMask, you can actually buy Ethereum directly through here. I'm not very familiar with that, so I'm actually going to click here, copy to keyboard. And yeah, this is going to be your Ethereum address. So this is what you want to use as your recipient address, and we're going to go into Coinbase and actually send that money over right now. Cool, so now I'm in my Coinbase account, and for those of you that don't have Ethereum yet, you guys can come up here to buy/sell. And oh, by the way, if you want to get $10 of free Bitcoin, you can actually use the link to sign up for Coinbase in the description below. So now that I'm here, since we're actually trying to buy Ethereum, I'm going to go here, I'm going to choose Ethereum. You can choose how much you want to buy. So let's say you want to do $50. And after that, you can come here and click Buy Now. Now, I already have enough ETH in my account, so I'm just not going to do that. And once you do that, you can actually go here and click on Send/Receive. So since we are sending Ethereum, we're going to be on the Send button. Right now, it's set for BTC, Bitcoin, so I'm actually going to change that to Ethereum. Let's say we want to send over $50 of Ethereum. We're going to paste that address that we copied earlier. We can add a note if we want, and we can click Continue. And it's going to have us actually confirm that, and we can click Send Now. So it will take a few minutes for the transaction to actually go through, but once it's done, you will see that balance show up in your MetaMask wallet. After that, you guys can go to the OpenSea website. This is just the one that I'm going to show you. You guys can check out some of the other platforms if you want, like Rarible. But for this video, I'm just going to show you OpenSea because it is the largest marketplace. So if you want to start buying NFTs or you want to start minting your own NFTs, you can actually come here to create. It's going to have you sign into your wallet. So I'm going to click Sign In. Next. And I'll click Connect. Then I'll click Sign right here. and it's going to take me into my account. So now I can actually create my own NFT, and I'll show you guys how to do that right now. You can see that you can upload an image, a video file, audio file, or a 3D model. And these are all the types of files that are supported as of right now. So I'm going to find my file, and I've actually created that here. This is a little just artwork that I made in like 2 seconds for this video. And I'm going to drag and drop that file right here. I can name it, so let's just say test NFT Charlie. I can add an external link, so if I include a link to this, users can actually click on that to learn more about it. So I don't have a web page or anything set up for this, so I'm going to leave that blank. And then here I can create the description, so I can write something about this image. This image was created by Charlie J. Cool. I can actually select a collection for this item to appear in. I'm actually going to skip this for now. I can add properties. So these are textual traits that show up as rectangles if I want to do this. So I can type, let's see. I can add more if I want, but in this case, I'm just going to add one. I can add levels. So these are numerical traits that show up as a progress bar. I can add stats. Unlockable content, right? Obviously, you're not going to do that if you make your own. You're going to have something that actually has some value. And then if it's explicit or sensitive content, you guys can click on that. Right now, we can only have a supply of one. We're going to choose Ethereum as the blockchain. And yeah, I'm going to click create right down there. Just checking all that stuff. Click create. So cool, that was very simple. I just uploaded my first image and created my own NFT. So now that I've created this NFT, if I want to actually sell it, I will have to come up here. I'll click sell. I can choose set price, highest bid, or bundle. So just to make it simple, I'm going to choose set price. So let's do 0.01 ETH, so $33. I can include an ending price. I can schedule for a future time. And I can also set the privacy. So I'm just gonna leave those all blank for now. And if I do want to actually list that, I'll click post your listing. Now, one thing you have to know about making NFTs is that to mint one, there is going to be a gas fee. So this is basically like a tax. This is actually pretty good because it means that people can't just like create all these images or NFTs and sell them and just really bombard the marketplace with a bunch of really bad art. And right now you can see that the OpenSea suggested gas fee is going to be about $77. So I actually don't have that much money in my account right now. I actually don't think, okay, actually $50 went to my account. Great, but that is not enough. And this is constantly changing. So now you can see it's up to $100. I'm gonna click here, edit, and you can see that the speed you choose is actually going to change how much it is. So if I go low, it's going to be a little cheaper. If I go high speed, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. So you can see that's always changing. Pretty crazy because it's just based on the current network. Okay, so I'm cheap. I'm not gonna actually pay this $95 to create this NFT because it's not a piece of artwork that I am proud of. I might actually create some artwork later on and post it as an NFT and try and sell it. But for now, you guys get the point. This is basically how you can actually complete your listing and start selling your NFT after you've created it. Now, if you guys want to actually purchase NFTs just to have or buy and sell, you guys can come here to the main page. You can actually search for items. So this is actually pretty cool. If there's anything that you're interested in, for example, like cars or something. So let's say car. It's going to load our results for that search term. And yeah, you can see these are some of the NFTs that are for sale that match that search term. So I guess this is a card, which is not really a car, but the current price of this is 0.59 Ethereum, so like almost $2,000. And yeah, this is just basically how you can browse them. Let's click on one of them just to check out. Let's click on this one. You can see that there are 12 current owners, 12 total supply, 393 views, and 12 favorites. And this is what's going to show the current price. So 1.3 Ethereum, so just over $4,000 as of this current pricing. Here you can see the price history. So over time, basically, yeah, you can see all this info if you want. This is the artwork / video file. This is the description. You can see the properties. You can learn more about Lux Cards, which is the creator of this NFT, and you can check out any more details about it. Coming down here, you can see the trading history. So you can see 1 sales were made. So last sale, 0.955 Ethereum, who it's going from to who, and also when that transaction happened. Down here you can see more from this particular collection. So you can see that Lux Cards has a bunch of these that all sell for pretty significant amount of money. Going back to the homepage, you can also come here to explore. And yeah, you can see that there is actually a lot of really cool artwork. It sort of reminds me of Behance.net. Don't know if you guys have tried that out, but it's a really cool art platform. But the difference is here everything is for sale and you can actually own that NFT. Let's say that there is something that you are interested in. So let's say I'm interested in this one. I can click buy now, or I can actually click make an offer, and the owner of that NFT actually has the ability to respond to your offer. So if I were to click buy, it's going to have me complete checkouts. By checking this box, I'll click that. And since I don't have enough money, I'll need to add funds for me to buy this. But yeah, that's basically how you can use OpenSea. Pretty similar for other platforms like Rarible. And yeah, it's actually quite simple. You guys can get started right now and just create your account, create your MetaMask wallet, and start buying and selling NFTs. Okay, so another way to make money with NFTs is to collect valuable assets with the hopes that they will rise in value over time and then sell for a profit. So that sounds very familiar, right? It's just like investing in stocks. Now, collectibles can come in the form of video game assets, trading cards, many other things. Really, NFTs can be found throughout the world of sports. For example, the NBA has NBA Top Shot, which you guys have probably heard of. Soccer has So Rare. Formula One has F1 Delta Time. American football has Rob Gronkowski's Championship Series NFTs. And baseball has MLB Champions NFTs. So I'm not going to go into all these, but basically the concept behind these platforms is 1, buy collectibles or packs to get collectibles, hold on to those collectibles to see if the value rises, and then 3, sell those collectibles for a profit. Like I said again, this is just like investing in stocks, and it is a little bit more risky because you could buy something, it could go up in value or it could go down. It's really hard to tell. Now, I did want to sort of dive into NBA Top Shot because this one deserves a slide on its own. It's just one of the biggest NFT collectibles platforms. So yeah, you should know this one. The platform surpassed $200 million in sales back in March 2021, and then they reached $32 million peak daily trading volume within just 1 year of its launch. So in NBA Top Shot, the objective is to buy packs that contain 2 to 4 moments or highlights such as dunks, 3-pointers, steals, blocks, or any other interesting gameplays. And these can cost as little as $9 or as much as $1,000 depending on the highlights rarity and quality. So I personally think it was absolutely genius that the NBA came up with this. And yeah, it just makes you wonder what other collectibles can be made from TV or media or anything like that. NFTs can also be found in virtual worlds. So with virtual worlds, games are digital simulations where in-game possessions or belongings such as clothing, houses, yachts, whatever, are NFTs. So some examples of these NFT virtual world simulations include Somnium Space, Axie Infinity, and Decentraland. Okay, so I know that was a lot of information, and I sort of want to summarize everything and give you some actionable steps that you can take right now. NFTs are very versatile, as we saw when we saw the generations of NFTs and when we went over the different ways that NFTs can generate money. So if you want to start selling art as NFTs, you guys can do that right now, since I already showed you guys how you can create your own NFT and start selling it. And if you want to start collecting NFTs as well, you guys can go out and start buying them right now. But yeah, really, we are at the infancy of NFTs. I guarantee you that they are going to continue, building and seeing more usage. So even if you don't want to start buying them and selling them or turning your art into NFTs, I think that just knowing the fact that NFTs exist is extremely great. Anyways, I hope you guys found a lot of value in this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel to see more videos just like this. I make a ton of content about personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for your time again, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.